Welcome to Pagan Crafting. I'm your host, Kara. This art witch today has some Yule Tree decorations, some little wood slice art. This super easy, very quick. If you don't have very much time, this craft is going to be for you. One color, one paper, one ink pen. This is it. Join me today as we have some fun. So what we get to start off with is matte finish Mod Podge. I'm almost done. I'm almost needing to get more. Holy smokes. We're going to put a thin coat of Mod Podge on some wood cookies, and you're going to use a sheet of like an old book paper. If you this stuff's super yellowed. I love it. It's very aged, so I won't have to age the paper. White will work just as fine too. It'll give it a cool black, white, and red look. This Mod Podge will dry very quickly, so you'll be able to cut these out right away. Probably about 10 minutes or so, these will be ready to work. So I like to place them on more so where there's writing on the page, and it gives it just a cooler finish, and that way there's no cut off pieces. You don't want too much glue because then you gotta wait a while. Don't mind the little grizzly paw print on the back of that one. We're experimenting with our wood burner. Okay, so now that those are dried, I'm going to do a simple cutout, just about 1/8 of an inch around the edges. And if you want to let them dry a half an hour, that'll probably be easier, so that way there won't be any tearing or anything. You want to wait till the glue's totally dry. All right, so I'm using 100 grit sandpaper. You can use an emery board that you use for your nails. That would work really well too. That'll work actually super easy to be actually easier to control as well. And I love this because it takes on the shape of the wood cookie. So let's sand all those off now. We'll get that caught up. And it's really quick. It only takes a couple minutes to do all these. And our last one here. There we go. Now that these are all set, they need some paint. So pick a color, pick a few colors, whatever you'd like. I'm just going to pick one color to work with today. And I'm going in for red. Now you can sketch on your designs first lightly with a pencil. That way you don't have to freehand anything on. Or you can print out any designs and then you can use a stencil paper to transfer the image onto these cookie little paper sheets. Now we can do just a simple little triangle over triangle Christmas tree. Just a simple little tree. Doesn't have to be anything fancy at all, just super quick project. This probably took me about under a half an hour. The longest I had to wait was the glue to dry. And then it probably took me about 10 minutes to paint all these. So if you have about a half an hour of time, this will be super quick for you. We'll lay in some cute little hearts, and we're going to do some little garden of hearts, little sprouts, or heart flowers, whichever you dig on. And we'll add some stems to that later. I'm just going to do all the red first. And I thought I'd lay in some spruce trees here. Again, just super fun and easy. You don't really need to draw these on because they don't need to be perfect. Just more like a little whimsical art. You can just squish into the sides. Look at that, super easy. And I believe our last one. I'm just going to do a couple hearts. Now I'm going to let those dry for a while, and now after those are dry, we're going to grab a Sharpie, or you can grab a fine thin paintbrush, if you will, but a thin little Sharpie, it's going to make it go really, really quick. I use Sharpies so much in my art, it is ridiculous. Who's to say, who's to know how fine those awesome lines are. Whoop, a little snow hill. You can draw a star at the top of the tree too if you'd like. I'm not going to outline those trees. I think I'm just going to leave them just like that. Just figuring out where I can bring in some black on each one of these. Some of these I will bring in some black on it or outline. Some of them I'm just going to leave as is. I think that's it. I think I'm going to leave it just like that. Add a little outline there just to punch these ones out just a little bit more. And I think that's it. That's it. Just a few minutes. I'm going to grab some jute twine. Popping these through the holes. Now these holes were a lot smaller, and it has the paper I have to deal with, so I'm going to use a nail to help me pop this through. And simple little knot at the top, easy peasy. And we got some little Christmas tree charms. And yes, that's the only one that has the grizzly bear paw print on the back of that one. We are experimenting. And this is it. Super fun and easy. Less than 10 minutes to paint. And there you have it. Well, thank you so very much for joining me today, and I wish for you an absolutely magical Yule and a magical day.